the city back to back like it's on. We gon' move the city back to back, we doing extra. Jenny from the block, where you from though? You know it's on side when you come though. Hit it from the side like a drum roll. Hit it from behind like a Congo. Make it shake and let's go. It's some ways that we know. You got places to go. Waste no time, let's get on. Only way that you know is for me, cause you know that I go. Let's go. Crazy, I go crazy. Crazy for mine, and I'll go crazy. Crazy, I go crazy. Crazy for mine, I'll go crazy. And I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy. Crazy for mine, I'll go crazy. Let's go. Crazy for mine. Let's go, let's go. Hey, hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib, look like Dracula's mansion, my baby. When you pull up, it's on action, my baby. If these walls tall, they give you my track list. You know you shouldn't ask this. Those girls are just practice. I ain't one for the past tense. I'm just trying to get active. Sex game on savage, yeah. Crazy, huh? Huh? Crazy, huh? You don't know it's crazy, huh? Huh? Crazy, 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 huh? Huh? Crazy, huh? Huh? Crazy, huh? Huh? Crazy, huh? You know it's crazy, yeah. Crazy, huh? Let's go. Crazy, huh? Huh? Crazy, huh?
Say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes. Jordan, say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes. Jordan, say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes. Jordan, say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Uh-oh. Fucking it up already. What's going on? What's going on? Mic check. What our levels looking like. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another iteration of the SNEEK and Geek Live. I am your host, Atreus. You can call me Atreus, so you can call me Atreus. I really enjoy that one. Either way, I am here helping you with all of your, what I call nerd world entertainment news, movies, video games, TV shows, comic books, whatever the case may be. We talk about it all over here. Um, um, okay, we're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. Shout out to Reed, who's in the chat. Um, okay, so first things first. Uh, for those of you who really want to help out the channel, perhaps you've been enjoying my content, maybe you've been binge watching, and you really enjoy what we do over here, and you want a way to help, the absolute positively best thing for you to do is to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you hit the notification bell, and every video that comes out, you play it all the way through. Seriously, that helps, right? You play it all the way through, and you make sure you hit the like button, okay? What we want to do is we want to drive up watch time, and we want to drive up engagement. And this is how we get pushed in the YouTube algorithm. This is how more people are going to discover us. This is how this is just how we going to flex the game. You know what I'm saying? So even if there's a video that you may not be interested in, maybe you don't care about that particular topic, play the video, put it on silent, and put the playback speed on 1.5 or faster, if that, just so it can get through the video. That way we're getting that watch time, we're getting that engagement, and we can move up. Otherwise, if you don't want to do all that, the best thing you could ever do is donate to the channel. We got a Cash App, a Venmo, however you can drop a super chat. There's a super thanks button. There's many ways for you to donate to the channel if you choose to do so. The next thing I want you to do is follow me on Rumble. Okay, we got to get Rumble to 25 subscribers so we can stream there. So if you see right now in the chat, my boy, my mod Reed is dropping the link to everything. You got Twitter right here, Rumble, Twitch, Discord, Instagram. That. And right now I'm not pushing the Patreon, but eventually we're gonna have stuff in the Patreon that's gonna be worth subscribing for. Okay. Tonight we will be doing a Resident Evil 4 stream, okay? But it's going to be exclusively on Twitch, so you're going to want to follow Twitch, okay? When I say exclusively on Twitch, the live show will be exclusively on Twitch. So if you want to catch us live, you want to interact with the chat, you want to interact with me, you want to talk shit, ask me a question, whatever the case may be, you got to catch us live on Twitch, 6:30 Eastern time, all right? Otherwise, the recorded version will be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. All right. So, Reed, shout out to you. I appreciate you for doing what you do. You, honey, Hans. Hans hasn't been able to catch us a lot lately. I assume he's been busy. He's on a different time than us. But that's cool because Reed got our back. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first topic of today. And then we're going to do like a little bonus. We're going to do a bonus rant at the end because I got something I want to go over. But anyway, Deadpool 3 rumor claims Agent Mobius and Miss Minutes will appear as the Merc and Wolverine take on the TVA. This is interesting. So if you don't know who Miss Minutes and Mobius is, it's probably because you didn't watch Loki season 1. All right. While it's been heavily rumored for a while now, we've received word from a more reliable source that Deadpool 3 will indeed feature the TVA, with both Agent Mobius and Miss Minutes expected to appear. This is interesting. So if you watched Loki, the time, what was it? Time Variant Authority. something like that. And there was I want to say about last week, I saw something on Twitter where somebody was kind of like, I guess, I don't want to say leaking the plot of Deadpool, but they were definitely talking about it. And they were saying that, you know, Deadpool was going to be traveling the multiverse or whatever the case may be, him and Wolverine. And this is, Mobius was going to be chasing Deadpool through the multiverse, which is interesting. So my question is, does this happen before Loki? Because the Time Variance Authority is in shambles now, if I'm not mistaken. All right, after Ryan Reynolds made headlines last year during a seemingly innocuous interaction with the official Miss Minutes account on Twitter, the rumor mill and Reddit quickly became abuzz with claims that the Time Variance Authority would factor in a major way. Now, above the line reporter Jeff Snyder, during the latest episode of the Hot Mic with Jeff and John podcast, is seemingly backing up those claims and adding that both Owen Wilson and Tara Strong will feature in the upcoming threequel as Agent Mobius M. Okay, and Miss Minutes, respectively. Okay. He couldn't speak to the extent of their roles or the absence of Tom Hiddleston's Loki, but seemed fairly confident that Wilson, who has a history with director Sean Levy, will indeed appear in the film. The pair previously worked together on the Night of the Museum trilogy and The Internship. Strong will, of course, provide the voice for Miss Minutes. As for the film's plot and how Hugh Jackman's Wolverine factors in, Snyder notes that Deadpool 3 is sort of a Deadpool taking on the TVA, but didn't know much further than that. At least not at this juncture. However, considering all of his time-traveling hijinks in Deadpool 2, it's probably not a stretch to assume that they'll want to have a word with him, which probably won't go well considering his history and could potentially result in him going on the run throughout the multiverse, presumably dragging a reluctant Wolverine along. Now, this makes sense, because I forgot. I did see Deadpool 2, but I forgot they were time traveling in Deadpool 2, right? What was the guy's name? What was the Cable? Because he got that time traveling ability, right? And so they went throughout time and they did some things. Woo! And the TVA probably don't like that. Oh no. The TVA, they know like it all. Yeah. And that's interesting because originally Deadpool is unkillable. But the TVA can get rid of his ass. The TVA can damn sure get rid of his ass. They hit him with that motherfucking nightstick and wipe his ass clean out of existence. That's interesting. What y'all think? So Owen Wilson's coming back as Mobius. Which makes you think, should Marvel just double down on Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and just make him an Avenger? I mean, because when we get into our Brie Larson story, it don't seem like Captain Marvel is in the plans going forward. Why not just double down on your moneymaker, right? Sorry, y'all. Overnight is killing me. I thought this was interesting. Deadpool 3, in my opinion, is going to be it's one of the few things that's going to be good that Marvel puts out. I don't believe that Marvel is interfering in no way with what Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are doing. I think that's one of the few things that they were like, you know what? Y'all got it. And they letting it be R-rated. So hopefully that'll be something. Reed just dropping us a link in the chat to see what it is.
Boy, howdy. Hi. You could do this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Maximum effort.
Wow. Boy, that you know how many jokes. Oh, copyright. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have to edit that out later. Um, you know how many great jokes Deadpool can hit about the MCU? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Um, make sure y'all sharing the video. Make sure y'all liking the video on the way in. Oh boy, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Let's check on John Wick. Let's check on our boy John Wick. Uh John Wick earns franchise best 8.9 million in previews. John Wick is back for the fourth time and heading toward a franchise record opening with John Wick Chapter 4, the latest installment in the gunslinging, knife-throwing action franchise. Whew. Sorry again. Uh, John Wick 4 is on track to surpass the third movie's record-setting opening weekend with an expected bout between 65 million and 70 million. Impressively, each of the films has substantially increased its opening weekend release after release. The original John Wick opened at 14 million, followed by 2017's 30 million, followed by 2019's 56 million, and now Thursday is estimated to bring in 70 million. The fourth installment boasts the largest price tag, costing more than 100 million to produce, but it should finish with the highest total of the series. John Wick ended its run with 328 million globally, followed by John Wick 2 with 174 million, and the original 86 million. As the only new major release this weekend, John Wick 4 should have no trouble beating last week's box office champ, Shazam: Fury of the Gods. So Keanu Reeves is kicking ass at the box office. That's no surprise. It's amazing what you can do when you just make good films and you don't try to pander. But I got a confession. I got a confession. I ain't seen none of it. I ain't seen John Wick. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely sorry. I never got on the bandwagon. It's not that I ain't want to. I kept saying I was gonna watch it. I just never did it. I'm sorry. And so with John Wick 4 out, I will be watching John Wick. I will be binge watching John Wick, the John Wick series. Now, what I've been wondering about for some time now is doing a watch along. If you ever there's like this whole corner of the YouTube where there's a bunch of creators who just they do watch alongs and they do trailer reactions and stuff like that. And I've been wondering, should I do that? But like how? Because like there's rules around it. Obviously, you can't play the whole movie. You know what? I think I just got an idea. I think I just got the idea. Mm, 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 mm. what I'll probably do is I'll probably do a watch along. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, so yeah, John Wick. So I mean, uh, uh, uh John Wick is has steadily grown, is in the very fabric of our culture now. I mean, he's made appearances on Fortnite. He's made appearances. I mean, John Wick is just that crack. Shout out to Preferred The Hobbit. John Wick is more of the same. Reed says you are going to make me drive up through zombie country to make you binge watch it. To make you binge watch it. um, the Hobbit says you can show the movie on your Discord and stream your reaction on YouTube. It's a new idea, y'all. So you can stream it through the Discord and watch your reaction on. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can show like 10 minutes of the film, if I'm not mistaken. But once, like, you can't show no more than 10 minutes of it. Because I always see those watch along channels. They always got like a 10-minute counter, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna do it. We might even do it as soon as Sunday. Right now, I'm binge watching all the Harry Potter movies, so I should have started with those, but whatever. Uh, anyway, let's get back to John Wick. So, John Wick looks like he's gonna kick ass at the box office. Also, I've heard through a lot of people that the movie is amazing, and I don't know if the movie is amazing or if it's just like one of the few movies we get now where it's just pure action. So if the word of mouth continues to keep up with this movie, then you can certainly expect for it to continue to earn at the box office. Now, am I saying it's gonna make $1 billion? Absolutely fucking not. No. But it can be a big winner. $100 million budget, which means probably 180 to 180 to probably $200 million cost. It's probably going to need to make 350 million to break even. We needed to hit about $500 million. So, anyway, that's John Wick for you, y'all. Oh, no. That's not the only thing we want to talk about with John Wick. Chad Stahelski responds to negative reactions to the 2.5 hour and 2.5 hour runtime for John Wick 4. He says these are the same people that will go and binge watch a whole season of television on a Sunday afternoon. That's petty. That's extremely petty. In his defense, he has a point, but it's not a 1-2 comparison. Got to be careful, Mister. You know, we like you. We watch your content, but you got to be careful with going after the audience because historically, the wokies will tell you it's not a good look. The thing is, if you binge watch something at home for hours, I can get up, I can pause whenever I want to, get up, go use the restroom whenever I want to. I can get up, leave, and go and do something, handle some business or run an errand. I can get up and go and get some food. I can do whatever I want to. In a theater, I gotta sit there on my numb ass for 2.5 hours. Now, granted, when Endgame came out, I was happy to sit my ass in there for 3 hours. You hear me? Happy. So too bad we'll never get another event like Infinity War and Endgame ever again. But you know, if you look at some of these comments, people were saying the same thing. His problem is he assumes that the mass audience binge watches a 3-hour show in a sitting. That's like 3.5 episodes of Breaking Bad. People are like this all the time with long films. Endgame, the Batman. Also, for some reason, even though it was a HBO Max film to where they could pause it, Zack Snyder's Justice League was 4 hours. In my Angry Joe voice, 4 hours. So, hey, all right. Now we can move on. We can move on. Let's get into these comments. Uh, Reed says, very good idea, The Hobbit. We'll work with the other modders and will give you full credit for it. The Hobbit's The Hobbit also says Petty Rosenveld. Reed says the story is very good on John Wick. Yeah, I heard. I heard somebody murders his dog and then he's like, oh hell no, and starts murdering everybody, including the director, the producer, the studio head, the goddamn investors. He started murdering people in the audience. Like, motherfucker killed my dog. I heard in three. If you watch it in 3D, you get the experience of getting shot through the screen by John Wick. Hope you got insurance. Anyway, okay. So welcome to the stream, The Hobbit. Make sure you guys are joining the Discord. I'm gonna work on that thing which you and Honey was telling me about, where I can just press something and it puts all the socials in there. I haven't been able to do it yet because when I get home, I'm tired as hell. Again, guys, if you really want to support the channel, the best way to do it is two ways. The best way to do it is to make sure notifications are on. Subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Every video that drops, play it all the way through. Even if that video doesn't really pique your interest, play it all the way through. Click on it, play it all the way through. If you're not interested in it, just put the video on silent and put the playback speed on 1.5 or higher so it can play all the way through. And make sure you're hitting the like button on it. Remember, watch time and engagement is going to catapult us in the algorithm, and it's been working. It's been working. My long form videos the last week and a half have performed. No, the last 2 weeks really have performed better than all of February. Remember, all of February, our shorts was killing it. Our shorts ain't doing shit right now. but right now, my long form content is doing better than all of last month. So anyway, let's go into the next story. Brie Larson. So we're not gonna read this entire article, but Brie Larson she doesn't have a job after she does not have a job after Captain Marvel. She also says she's single. She has nothing going on after, like, she's at a midlife crisis or some shit. First of all, she says, despite the fact that she is Captain Marvel, star of the first female-led superhero franchise in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and despite the fact that she is an Oscar winner, and despite the fact that she has been acting since she was 6, Larson, now 33, is still rarely recognized in public. She says, if I'm checking out at a grocery store, I don't get recognized. She told comedian Mike Barbiglia on an episode of his podcast, I get, are you friends with my cousin? I am the classic face of a Are you a friend of my? Oh man, that's gotta be. Yikes! I ain't gonna lie, I'll be pissed. I'm like, nigga, I'm in Marvel movies and everything, and you don't know who I am. You gonna ask me, am I a friend of your cousin? I will beat the. She wished them Captain Marvel skills were real. Knock a motherfucker through a wall. How you don't know who I am? I get it. Shout out to Honey, who's made it to the chat. Welcome in, Honey. Welcome in. She's going through a midlife crisis. That's what this is. All right. Now, what I really want to go to is where is it? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second because I lost it. Look at this. Larson, who's casting as Carol Danvers in the Air Force pilot, pilot turned superhero. In the original 2019, Captain Marvel unleashed a tsunami of misogynistic trolling and abuse. Can relate. The movie was also the first female-led superhero film to gross more than 1 billion. Misogynistic. That's all they can ever do. But I'm trying to find. Um. Well, anyway, I guess I'm not gonna be able to find. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it. Because this is a long ass article. This is a long ass article. Anyway, the point is, in this article, she says she basically insinuates that Captain Marvel might be done. She says she has nothing after Captain Marvel. She doesn't have a job. Now I don't know if she's saying that as in, she's taking some time off or she's just taking some time reflecting. But what it does confirm is that as of right now, Disney don't have no plans to bring Captain Marvel back. Because if you did, you would at least tell old girl, hey, don't go in no interview and say you don't know if you gonna be Captain Marvel ever again. I mean, you done been on that. Remember the one interview? Let me just to refresh y'all's memory. Hold on. Don't worry, Reach. I will get that that overhead. You know what I'm trying to say. Because right now my mic is certainly in my way and it's pissing me off. I'm trying to refresh y'all memory. Here we go.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
How long will you?
She was not trolling. She wasn't trying to be funny. She was dead serious. I'm gonna play it one more time.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Long.
What it is that this guy is completely oblivious as to why she's doing that. He has no idea what the conversation is about Captain Marvel online. Or not Captain Marvel. Well, yeah, Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. People in the comics don't like Captain Marvel's character. And people in real life don't like Brie Larson. So, I mean, you can just see look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. She is so serious, bro. Like, she has seen all the conversation online. I guarantee you somebody has brought to her attention, either somebody in her camp, somebody in her family. Look at all these videos on YouTube of people talking negatively about you. It has hit her. I'm trying to tell y'all, women are very delicate creatures, y'all. And they need to be protected in a way that a lot of them don't quite understand. Because being in the spotlight comes with a lot. It really does. Especially during this time of internet, and any old moron can get on the internet and reach you by just mentioning you on Twitter or Instagram. Any idiot like me can buy a mic and a camera and get on YouTube and start spewing a bunch of bullshit. Being in the spotlight comes with a lot, ladies. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and understand that if you say certain things, if you move a certain way, you're going to get a certain level of backlash. And when you decide to come into a male dominated space and try to change or try to shit on the men in that space, it's going to backfire. Ask Frosk. You just can't do it. You can't do it. You know, in some instances, sometimes I feel bad for Brie because Marvel did. I promise you, Marvel told her she was going to be the face of the MCU. They told her that. They told her she was going to be the face of Captain Marvel. She was going to be the face of the MCU, and that everything was going to run through her going forward. Then she started running her mouth. And Kevin Feige and company was just over there like, eh. I mean, you don't think, like, screw what the fans think. You don't think that there's no men at Disney or Marvel, no middle-aged white men at Marvel who were offended by that statement? I don't care what middle-aged white men think about my movie. It wasn't made for you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Reach, I'm assuming you those are the domestic box office numbers for Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. If that's the case, notice how Captain Marvel barely did better than Wonder Woman, but it apparently earned over $1 billion. I don't remember Wonder Woman going over $1 billion. Now here's the thing: Wonder Woman is by far a more popular character than Captain Marvel, and somehow got $1 billion. Why? Well, there's a lot of conspiracy going on with that, huh? It's funny. The movie was earning all this money, and yet there were multiple videos of people reporting. I don't know, they reporting a lot, but these theaters empty. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Plus, you sandwich that thing in between Infinity War and Endgame, and people thought that they had to go and see Captain Marvel. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Hopefully, Brie Larson, you know, I have no ill will towards her. All I would just say, I said it back then when she made that comment, that I understand what she was trying to say. If you want to make an impact in the if you want to get more people of color or whatever the case may be, you know, different people to you know, to critique movies, why don't you go to those communities and introduce them to that? Why don't you go into a black neighborhood or you know, where there's indigenous people, you know, Indians or Ethiopians in their neighborhood, and say, hey, listen, have you ever thought about being a film critic? Go to college and become a film critic. That's the way you do that. You don't get in front of a goddamn mic and go, hey, straight white males, fuck you. I don't care about your opinion. Nah, you can't do that, man. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. Like the video. Honey's in the chat. Honey, as we said, Deadpool, Resident Evil 4 stream tonight, 6:30, exclusively on Twitch. So make sure that you guys are following me on Twitch. We got to get Twitch up and going. We can't just sit by and allow Twitch to just, you know, not do better. So yeah, if you want to catch the show live, if you want to catch the stream live, to interact with the chat, to interact with me, talk shit, ask me questions, whatever the case may be, you gotta catch the show live. Otherwise, it will be uploaded on YouTube the following day. Honey says she'll have more Twitch overlays. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna pay you for that too. Don't worry. Okay. What do we got on the slate next? Oh, okay. Now, it's been a while since we did video game news like consistently. All right. What is he talking about? Whatever. Um, all right. It's been a while since we talked about, video game news. We cover video games over here. We talk about video games, we play them. But admittedly, I haven't been covering a lot of video game news because the simple fact of the matter is, y'all niggas just don't like that shit. I'ma just be honest. Y'all niggas just don't like it. And the simple if you look at my videos, everything performs except for my video game stuff. It just don't. So I really just kind of put it on the back burner, but it's still stuff that I enjoy to do, so I still do it. Redfall is going to be coming out next month. It is a Xbox exclusive, or just a Game Pass exclusive wherever you can play it. And apparently Redfall just sent the entire internet into a blaze when it was revealed that there was a PlayStation 5 version of the game that was canceled. And the PlayStation fanboys are not happy about that shit. Now listen, I've always said that I don't have a problem with console warriors. I understand the concept of having an emotional tie to your favorite video game console and wanting to be passionate about it. But some of these console warriors have gotten out of hand recently. I mean, they be doing the most. But anyway, so this comes over from Bounding in the comments. The creative director for Redfall has revealed it had a PlayStation version in development until Microsoft requested it canceled. In an interview with IGN France, creative director Harvey Smith discussed the aftermath of Microsoft acquiring ZeniMax alongside Bethesda Softworks. The buyout completely took place in the middle of development. We got bought by Microsoft, and that was a huge sea change. They said no PlayStation 5 now. We're going to do Game Pass, Xbox, PC. So they came in and they said, get that shit out of there. See, what I find interesting is Xbox been getting their ass kicked for years by PlayStation. So they say, you know what? We're going to buy Bethesda. Phil Spencer finally convinced Microsoft that, hey, we're a heavyweight in the game. If we really wanted to dive into video games, we really could. We got the money to do so. So they went out and they bought Bethesda. They're trying to buy Activision Blizzard right now. And from what I hear, that shit's going to go through. And if that shit goes through, whew, Sony going to be sweating. But they came in and pretty much said, get rid of that PlayStation 5 version. And now the Sony fanboys are livid. They are pissed, not happy, angry. They're calling Phil Spencer a liar. They're saying he went back on his words. Sony fanboys pretty upset about this Redfall revelation, considering they've been trashing the game at every opportunity. Make up your minds. Exactly. That's what blows my mind. And this is why I don't understand. Everybody knows my favorite platform is Xbox, but I have a PS5 and I have a Switch, and now apparently I'm a part of the PC master race because I had to go and get a PC. But why I don't understand why y'all been dragging this game for the last year. ever since it was revealed. It looks mid. You got people calling it mid fall, trash fall, garbage fall. It don't look good. It doesn't look next gen. It looks like another Back for Blood cannon fodder. It looks like Game Pass cannon fodder. All this shit. And now you're mad because it's not coming to PlayStation. I don't understand. What do you niggas want? PlayStation fans, I don't need Xbox because all of their games are on PC anyway. Also, PlayStation fans, why isn't Starfield and Redfall coming to PS5? What happened to the powerful PC you have? Oh shit, my shirt done goddamn. How embarrassing! Looking like a whole junkie on stream. There's Destin Legary. Interesting to see people who've been dunking on Redfall for months were suddenly filled with anger over a game they claimed they didn't want to play. PC Gamer, Redfall's world is empty and bland, boring missions, fails to get the blood pumping, and has the marks of a game that had development trouble. Giant Bomb, I hope there's a lot more polishing to do. Redfall preview. Okay, I thought he was going to be sharing something. Okay, whatever. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, here's a clip that I wanted to share with y'all.
Don't even see the admittance. As you listen to what you're admitting, you don't even see the admittance. As you defend what they did with ZeniMax, you justify Sony's concerns. You don't even see it. You fight tooth and nail. They had every right to do that. They had every right. Oh, well, you just justified Sony's concerns because Microsoft is using the exact same argumentation with Activision Blizzard, which means they could do the same thing, and according to you, they'd have every right to do it. You just justified all of Sony's concerns, and you don't even see it. The stronger and the harder these people defend Microsoft and Xbox and what they did with ZeniMax, the stronger you're actually inadvertently arguing in support of Sony's concerns. You just don't see it.
You heard what he had to say there. And it's funny because he's talking as if he's saying something profound. Newsflash, my guy, you are saying nothing because nobody ever said that Sony's concerns wasn't legitimate for them. What we've said is, that's a little bit hypocritical coming from Sony. We understand what this does to Sony. They're concerned about stuff going exclusive. Nobody ever said those wasn't legitimate concerns for them. What we're saying is they're hypocrites because this is the same organization, this is the same company that was in talks to make Starfield exclusive to PlayStation. The same company that bought what's the game developer that makes Spider-Man? Spider-Man is exclusive. Where's the concern for Microsoft there? What about Final Fantasy? What about Xbox's concerns? What about the Wolverine game? Hello? We still waiting on Final Fantasy 7 to hit Xbox. It ain't coming. I'm telling y'all right now, it ain't coming. So I don't know what he thought he was saying right there, but sir, respectfully, Reforged Gaming, I don't know. I don't know, if you're a PlayStation fanboy or not. I'm not calling you a PlayStation fanboy. I just think what you said there, I thought it sounded like you thought you were saying something profound. You actually not saying nothing. Nobody's arguing in favor. I mean, nobody's making Sony's argument stronger. We're just saying, Sony, we don't give a fuck about your concerns because you've been doing this shit for years. So goodbye. Get that out of here. But yeah, Redfall, we will be playing Redfall on this platform. But it's going to be hard because Redfall comes like 2 weeks after Resident Evil 4. So hopefully we can get through Resident Evil and do our thing. Let's get into these comments. Honey says she is. Hold on. Honey says she is so hyped for Resident Evil 4. She said that's her favorite Resident Evil game. Mine's too. Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village was good. But Resident Evil 4 is just that crack. Reed says, did you read about NCAACP wants to ban black people from Florida? Huh? Is that a typo? Oh, he said sorry, travel ban. Honey says, I want to play Resident Evil 5 co-op. What system is it on, or is it only PC? That game's fun too. I don't know. I don't even know if they're gonna remake it. But the co-op would be fun. The co-op would be fun. But he says sorry, travel ban. Honey says she loves vagina games. I mean, Vidya games. Reed says a travel ban for black people to Florida. Why the fuck would they want to do that? Don't tell me because it's got something to do with DeSantis. Reed says PlayStation did the same thing with many games, Last of Us and all the Final Fantasy games. I personally would love to see a Spawn game and Ghost Rider. Agreed. Look at how long everyone had to wait for GTA Vice City and San Andreas and 5. Well, everybody got to wait for GTA 6 because they still milking the hell out of GTA 5. And he says, oh my God. Yikes. Right. She says she might like them. They have an 18+ section on Steam. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that one. We don't want to incur any violence from YouTube. All right. What's our next subject? Oh, let's see what Reed is talking about here. He sent us a link. Florida. Let's look at this. We just adding this one in because we didn't plan on. Florida NCAACP seeks travel advisory amid concerns over anti-black legislation. Florida chapters of the NCAACP has voted unanimously to ask the group's national board to issue a travel advisory telling black Americans not to enter the state, citing concerns over what they call anti-black legislation. NBC2 reports the vote, which took place Thursday at the meeting in Orlando, was in direct response to anti-black legislation in Florida's political sphere and Governor DeSantis' policies. In an interview with the news station, Lee County NCAACP President James, whatever that is, I can't pronounce that, cited recent feuds between DeSantis and the College Board over a new advancement placement course focused on African-American studies as a cause for concern. He said the advisory will send a message to voters about what's happening in Florida and aims to prevent DeSantis from becoming president. Other bills circulating the Florida legislature have drawn criticism from teachers and advocates who say they're trying to erase black history in higher education. Man, get this shit out of here. I'd have moved to Florida. Anti-black legislation. Is it because DeSantis 2024. That's all I got to say. DeSantis. Stop the woke shit and critical race theory Like, stop the indoctrination of trying to convince people that, man, get this. I don't, let's move on. Let's move on. Thank you for sharing it with us, Reed. Oops, let me do that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Apparently, the Indiana Jones, Disney Plus Indiana Jones series will not be moving forward. Which is, just some little news dump that I wanted to drop on y'all. I had no idea that they were doing that. Disney reportedly told Lucasfilm that they have to focus solely on Star Wars content going forward. And I mean, hey, I don't think Indiana Jones is as big as the IP as Star Wars. And this goes into Lucasfilms is rumored to be announcing 3 new Star Wars movies at the Star Wars Celebration in April. But those will not be the biggest announcements, right? The biggest announcement that we will be looking forward to is Kathleen Kennedy getting the fuck up out of there. If that's not happening, we don't care about these 3 Star Wars movies. We do not care about these 3 Star Wars movies that y'all talking about if Kathleen Kennedy is still going to be there going forward. Don't care. Not gonna do it. So I don't know what y'all got planned, but we going over an hour though. But there is one thing that I want to talk about. I kind of want to go on a little rant about before we got off. This is not a red pill channel. This is not a red pill channel. But every now and again, our content will cross over with theirs because we cover pop culture, and that and I believe the red pill has gone mainstream. Now, just a little context here. Do you know who Just Pearly Things is? Pearl is a content creator. She's grown big on YouTube. She has a podcast where she discusses relationships, and she brings yes, it is a Majin Buu shirt. Where she discusses relationships and things. Now, Pearl is a white woman, right? But Pearl exclusively deals with black people. Ever since I've seen her about 2 years ago, I started noticing her. She was reacting to like Kevin Samuels content. She dates black men. She works with black people. She brings black people onto her platform. Like, even if you look at the thumbnails, it's her, bunch of black people. Look at that. Look at that. All black people, one white guy, one token white guy. But black people here. Everything about her has been black. The only thing that isn't black about her is her skin at this point. And so it came to my surprise when I seen one of the big OGs in the red pill space come out and make a video calling her out and calling her a closeted racist. Now,
look, and I like what he has to say as a pro-black myself, right? I don't disagree with him too much with the things that I've heard. However, when he criticized Just Pearly Things in the past, people were saying that he was a hater, he was jealous of her success and all of this, right? So he on his channel, the business YouTube platform, he has broken down the interview with Just Pearly Things into timestamps. So it was very easy for me to follow to see what I wanted to see. And at first, Just Pearly Things, who has, like I said, a lot of black employees, King Richards being one of them, they were having a conversation about African employees versus American employees. And this is what, Jason Black was trying to point out, that he felt that she was trying to take a diss at African Americans. So I want to play that clip and let's see if he's right.
I wonder what Miss Pearly Things thinks of African immigrants versus black Americans, specifically descendants of slaves, foundationals. I wonder what she thinks of that if we get into the immigration discusussion. I wonder.
What is that? 1/6 of the population in 10 years.
And so why is that?
Why does he support that?
No, why are you against pro? Because in my head, see, I hire people from Africa, right? Shout out Blessing.
Yeah.
And I just see like the work ethic of people that are like not from America, and they often work harder than the people that are from America. So in my head, it's like, wouldn't it help us economically if we had more, like if they had a certain like mindset in order?
Well, oh.
My bad. Mic was off. So she's pretty much talking about African employees versus black American employees. What's the problem here? Nigga, my own experience tells me Africans have a different work ethic than black Americans. Everybody knows this shit, but now you getting mad because she actually said it? But that's not the only thing. Hold on, we're gonna go forward because we're gonna
a point about
the full context of this. So when she says what she says, it smacks you upside the back of the head like a cinder block.
I was like, STEM, no. They all said I was crazy. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Austin.
Well, but you're very industrious.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that would like to be a YouTuber because they'd like people to care about their opinions and like what they ate for lunch and, things about my life that just make sense or whatever. But how many people can make a company and deal with the things you deal with, like recruiting and, because I not on the same scale as you, but I do things and it's tough. It's a business. It's fun not in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, it's a business. And that is a German attribute, to be industrious. I'm Italian. The only times I'm on time for things is when I get the time wrong, when I think I'm supposed to be there way earlier than I'm actually supposed to be there. Because I thought I was supposed to be here at 3.
Oh, really?
That's why I texted you. I texted you I'm on my way because I thought I was already 10 minutes late when I was leaving.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Blessing was more late African.
Well, he's black.
Yeah.
Where are all the folks who said I was a hater? Where are all the folks who were sitting up here saying, well, Jason, you reaching, you stretching? Where are all of them now? I want to know where all of them are.
So she makes a comment about black people being late. I don't understand this. Because, nigga, we make comments about black people being late. What? And if you go into the comment section, you see what O'Shea had to say. So many of you sellout Negroes will come and say, I'm jealous. You will defend white racists all day. And then you wonder why nobody takes you serious as black men. This is exactly why every other community laughs at you behind your back. She said this, not me. Now you're mad at me for reporting on what she said on her own podcast. No wonder why black women or anybody respects some of you sellout brothers. You are a joke to the race. No, nigga, you are a joke. You are the joke to me. Because what I find interesting about this is they trying to call her a closet racist, right? Pearl has dated nothing but black men. She's employed nothing but black people. She brought black people on her platform. She's done nothing but what? She's done more for black people than 80% of you niggas in the comments. Niggas talking about, oh, she's a closet racist. We should have saw this coming. What did you see coming? So are you telling me that black people are the only ones that are allowed to acknowledge that the things that we acknowledge? What the fuck? But you have no problem saying whatever you want to say about white people, Asian people, Jewish people, whatever the case may be. You have no problem doing that. But if a white person say, look, this is what I propose. If you are a white content creator out there, and you maybe you grew up and you was just a fan of the culture, maybe you like hip hop, maybe you just like black people in general, stop helping these niggas. Stop doing it. Because the rules make no fucking sense. On one end, they want you to treat us like equals and let's be equal and we just want to be treated like normal people. We want to be treated like everybody else. No, you don't. Because you seem to live in this reality where nobody else is able to say anything about you other than riding your fucking dick all the damn time. Why would you want to work with some people where anytime you have any type of nuanced opinion about them, they're going to call you a closet racist? This shit makes no sense. All she said was, niggas be late. Y'all niggas do be late. See, me, I've always been on time. Maybe not with my streams, though. I ain't gonna lie about that. But there's not a job I've ever worked where anybody can tell you I was consistently late. But when you work around, I don't give a fuck what y'all. You can call me a coon. You can call me, you can say I'm dancing for massa. Call me Uncle Tom. Call me whatever you want to call me, nigga. I'm telling you, but you can't say what I'm saying is a lie. Y'all niggas be late. Anytime you work in a black establishment, motherfuckers be late, especially black women. Niggas be late. And so that's why we call it black people time. Everybody says that. From Georgia to New York to California, every black person says that, oh, you want some black people time. The fuck are we talking about? But she's a closet racist because she said it. Man, get this shit the fuck up out of here, man. Get it up out of here. Reed says, when I was in construction, I was allowed to pick my team. I picked all the Mexicans because they worked hard. All my black friends would get mad at me because I did too much work and make them look bad. I hated that I could not understand my workers, but at least the job was done early, on time, and I got the bonus and passed it on them. Because everybody knows when you need a job done, you hire Mexicans. I don't know what it is about Mexicans, but them niggas just, they pop a Corona and they can build a house in 2 days. I don't get it, but they do it. If I need some work done on my house, you think I'm hiring some, like, why are black people the only, let me go back to my original point. Stop helping niggas. Straight up. Stop helping niggas, because if you do it, if you try your best to virtue signal that, hey, you know, I'm with black people, I'm not racist, you have any opinion that differs from theirs, they're going to call you a closet racist. And here's the thing. I've been watching O'Shea longer than anybody. I was watching O'Shea back when he was just an ugly nigga talking in front of a mic with like a dry board in the back before the celebrity jump. So don't come on here trying to call me a hater or something like that. I've been watching O'Shea, but lately I just have not been able to rock with O'Shea. This was the last straw on the camel's back, because he's obviously been had his finger on the trigger, waiting to pull it on this girl. She's a closet racist. What more do you have to do as a white person to show that you actually cool with black people, that you actually don't have any hatred in your heart for black people? Dating them, putting them on platforms, hiring them, giving them opportunities. King Riches, his channel wasn't necessarily dead, but when nobody over here watching no King Riches like that. Yes, I've seen his platform. I discovered it like a year and a half ago. People wasn't watching King Riches like that. She hired him to run her show when she couldn't do it because her health is declining. And let's be honest, she wants to be somebody's wife. That's what she hired King Riches for. She didn't have to do that. Whatever, bro. This why niggas can't. Who wants to do what did I think it was Kevin Samuels when he was alive? Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels that said it. Can't no man hang around me. Can't no person hang around me whom I can't hold accountable. Why would anybody want to have black people around if you can't hold them accountable? If a white person, why would you hire black people if you look at your fucking chart and the only people that are ever late seems to be your black employees, but you can't fucking say it out loud because you're a closeted racist if you do. Fuck out of here, man. Anyway, I'm gonna let that rant be that. Guys, this has been the Sneak and Geek. Let me read these comments from Reed really quick. They say this all the time. Tell me how big the fish was. Don't show me. They are not stupid. They want to go home and rest. They want to make more money, get the job done, and take on more jobs, make more money. Some people will pay more money to get jobs done faster. Yep. And the Mexicans don't play. But anyway, guys, that has been the Sneak and Geek for today. Remember, Resident Evil stream tonight, 6:30, exclusively on Twitch. All right, exclusively. So, shout out to Reed, shout out to Honey, shout out to the Hobbit that came in earlier. I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to y'all later. Deuce. What am I doing?